Hello, I'm Brian Fox. Welcome to my channel, I Hate Rock Music. And today I'm going to do a video on Big Grunt. And I'm not sure how many people out there are familiar with the zany British band, the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. They had quite a history in the UK, often referred to as the mothers of invention of the UK. But they were actually more akin to Monty Python with really zany humor, weird British humor and weird eclectic music. And Big Grunt was Vivian Stanchel. He was a member of the Bonzo Dog Band. He left in 1969 and he immediately formed his own band called Big Grunt in 1969. And he picked up Dennis Cowan on bass and Roger Ruskin Spear on sax from the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, and then added two guitarists that were the road crew for the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. So Bubs White on guitar and Fred Munt on guitar. And then to round it out, Ian Wallace on drums from King Crimson. And so definitely a serious band and a very strange band. They only released one single, in fact, only one side of one single, because Vivian Stanchel in 1979 released a single called Suspicion by Vivian Stanchel and his gargantuan chums. And on the B side was Big Grunt doing a song called Blind Date. And there's also a song called Cyborg Signal that was unreleased at the time. And then there's a great BBC session, 1970, with John Peel, and they do 4 songs. And that was actually released as a record. 500 copies were pressed of the Big Grunt BBC sessions. And it's great stuff. A lot of wacky humor. There's some avant-garde aspects to it, and there's country western and rock. And so a fitting successor to the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. And there's even a video of an appearance they did on a TV show, and it shows just how wacky and unique they were. And they did a bunch of live shows and were very, very well received, and managed to exist from 1970 to 71 doing live shows. Unfortunately, as far as we know, there isn't any bunch of studio material recorded. There's the Blind Date single and the unreleased Cyborg Signal, and then there's the BBC show. So we have 6 songs total from Big Grunt. But I love the name Big Grunt, and Vivian Stanchel is an amazing character. Bonzo Dog Doodah Band are pretty wacky stuff. Definitely worth checking out. But I just love the side project, Big Grunt. They only existed for a year. We got 6 songs. It's all posted below. Check it out. But they definitely qualify as a really cool band on their own. And as I've mentioned a couple times now, really a shame that we didn't get a full album out of them, because considering the eclecticism and zaniness and some of the avant-garde elements in the rock, they would have made quite an album. And there may be that material out there in the can and nobody's released it. But I'm really happy that we've got these 6 songs total. And so there you have it. You don't get much more obscure than that. You don't get much more obscure than Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. You don't get much more obscure than Vivian Stanchel, who has a couple of solo records out. And you certainly don't get any more obscure than Big Grunt. But I love them. I'm Brian Fox. Thanks for watching I Hate Rock Music.